So the chapter name is, it is your second chapter. Okay, it is nothing but your electrostatic potential and capacitance. Have you heard about the capacitance before?
Yes,
Before? Somewhere else? About the capacitor?
ability to carry charge, sir.
Super, my ability to store the charge. Okay, so there are two things are there, because so when we discuss about the capacitance, so it is similar to your resistor. So and as well as we are going to discuss about the inductor, there are three terms are there, three devices are there. These devices are important. So there are two things are there. So here capacitor and capacitance. Capacitor and capacitance. Capacitor is a device. Okay, capacitance is the ability to store the energy, to store the charges. Okay, so the unit for capacitance is farad. The unit for capacitance is farad. The symbol is capital F. We'll discuss this one. So when you are discussing about the concept, we'll discuss this. Okay. So make a heading. So make a heading. First point. First one, potential difference. Make a heading, potential difference.
Sir, record பண்ணலாமா?
Yeah, I'm recording. Yes, yes. Okay, I'll allow you. Actually, I'm recording it actually. Okay, I'll allow you to record. 1 second. Yes. Okay, you can do it. So heading is potential difference. Heading is potential difference. Okay. So this potential difference is nothing but your voltage. This potential difference is nothing but your voltage. Okay, we'll discuss about this one. So potential difference is nothing but it can be defined as the amount of work done. Okay, the amount of work done moving a positive charge from infinity location to the particular point. The amount of work done moving a positive charge from infinity location to the particular point. We'll discuss about
One second, sir.
it. Yes.
Amount of work done.
You want the definition? Okay, take it on. Amount of work done.
Yes, sir.
Work done in moving a unit positive charge, in moving a unit positive charge, moving a unit positive charge from one point to the other, from one point to the other against the electrostatic forces, against the electrostatic forces.
Okay, sir.
Right? Okay. So we'll see one by one. So here, I assume there is a positive charge. So I'll explain why we are discussing about the potential difference and what is the definition for it. What is the meaning of it? Now what I'll do, I'll take a positive charge here. Okay, so this positive charge, I'll take it as capital Q. So there is a field around this positive charge. I assume there is a field around this positive charge. And the radius is nothing but your capital R. So this is your positive charge. I'll take this positive charge as a source. I'll take this positive charge as source. From this charge at the infinity location, which is far away from it, at the infinity location, I am taking one more positive charge. This is nothing but your positive charge. I'll take this as small q. So this is nothing but your test charge. Okay, now, so will these two repel each other?
One second, sir. No, sir, because they are outside.
Super, man. So it is totally isolated. So it won't repel at all. Now, what I'll do, I'll take this test charge. So it is at the infinite location. I'll take this test charge from the infinite location to the point P. I'll take this point as P. I'll take this test charge from the infinite location to the point P. When I bring this test charge from infinite location to the point P, then only it will try to repel, right? Correct?
What, sir?
Then only, can I repeat it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it audible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. No, I'm just asking you because I didn't use my headset. If you want, I'll use my headset. Is it audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. I'll be a little bit closer. So we'll go slower and no issues. If you have any difficulty, please let me know. So what I told you that, so I assume there is a test charge which is at the infinity location. What I'll do some work here. I'll do some work here on this positive test charge by bringing this positive test charge from the infinity location to the point P. When I'm bringing this positive test charge to the point P, then only it will try to repel, right? They'll be having some repulsive forces, right?
Yes, sir.
Right now. if you see that the work was doing in towards your left side and the repulsive is towards your right side. So that means the repulsive force is opposite to the work done, correct?
What, sir? Repulsive? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it is against. So this is nothing but you are against your work done, which is opposite to your force function. Now we'll see the relation. So the difference between, that is your potential difference between the point P, I'll take this point P as B point. The difference between the B point and the difference to the A point, I'll take this point as A point. The difference between these 2 points is nothing but your potential difference. I'm going to relate these two. So potential difference is VAB. Potential difference between these 2 points is VAB is equal to, so the final potential, that is, always remember the final point to the initial point. So VB minus VA. So VB is your final point. BA is your initial point. So it was traveling from initial point to the final point. So now by bringing this positive test charge from the infinity location, that means I'm doing some work on this positive test charge. Remember, I'm doing some work on this positive test charge. So relation is nothing but work done, so that is between VAB, WAB, work done by charge. This is your potential difference, okay, between the 2 points, which is A and B. Okay, work done by charge. The unit for potential difference is, work done is a joule, charge is coulomb, or we can take it as volt. Now clear? This is your potential difference. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Right, ma. Any doubt in this?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Right, I understood. So if you have, I'll go slowly, no issues, I'll go slowly. If you have any difficulty, please ask me there.
I'm noting down, sir.
Yeah, please. No issues.
Sir, how did W work done on A to B? How did charge come, sir?
Which one, ma? That is your actual definition. So potential difference. You know about the voltage, right?
Yes,
Voltage is nothing but your positive and negative terminal, right? They'll be having some terminal. The difference between the positive terminal to the negative terminal is nothing but your potential difference, correct?
yes, sir.
Right, the same thing. So here we are taking 2 positive charges. The difference between these two is nothing but your potential difference. Then only it will be having some repulsive forces acting on it. Remember? So the definition itself, so we are taking the positive charge at the infinite location, then only we are getting the potential difference, which is acting repulsive forces. Work done on repulsive forces, both are in opposite direction here. Then only we will say as potential difference. The difference between the two potentials. Okay? Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next one in that, the same thing. So it is your first point. Second one is your electric potential. Second one is your electric potential. Heading is electric potential. Okay, right. Okay, can I explain?
Yes, sir.
So remember, when we are doing about the potential difference, it is between the A point and B point, right? So instead of taking the potential difference, we are taking the potential at B point itself. We are taking the potential at B point itself. So to find the potential at one particular point, remember, it is nothing but your potential difference. Can you give the definition for it also?
Uh,
Yes.
potential.
So just take it down. The electric potential,
Okay,
the electric potential at a point, the electric potential at a point in an electric field, in an electric field is the amount of work done, is the amount of work done is the amount of work done in moving a positive charge, in moving a positive charge, in moving a positive charge from infinity to that point, from infinity to that point against the electrostatic force, against the electrostatic force. Taken? Okay, electric potential difference, both are same only.
Okay, sir.
Right, ma? So electric potential is nothing but we are taking the voltage at one particular point. Instead of taking two like A and B, we are taking at one particular point. To take the potential at B point, what we have to do, because A point is far away. It was at the infinite location, A point is far away. So A point, the potential at the infinite location, we are taking it as infinity, that is zero. Okay, so the potential at A point is zero because it is at far away, it was at the infinity location. Okay, now we are going to find the potential at B point. So when VA is equal to 0, so the potential VAB is nothing but it is VB minus 0 is equal to VB, which is equal to work done by charge. So we are taking the potential at one particular point. Instead of taking the difference, we are taking potential at one particular point, which is at the B point on the surface of the sphere. Clear? It is your potential. Both are having same units. It is J by C or volt. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right now. Just take it up.
J by C means what, sir?
A by C. Where is A by C? J, joule per coulomb unit.
Okay, sir.
Okay. You can mention there itself.
Yes, sir,
Okay.
yes, sir.
You'll forget, you won't remember this one.
Yes, sir. Noted, sir.
Superman. Okay. So next heading. Next heading. Electric potential. Next heading. Can I erase this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next heading, electric potential. Electric potential due to a point charge. Electric potential. Potential due to a point charge. Due to a point charge. Point charge. Okay. Due to a point charge. Done?
Yes.
Right. So we'll see the relations. So when we're discussing about the electric potential due to a point charge, I'll take the same concept, same thing, everything is same. Now I'll take a positive charge. I'll take a positive charge, and from this charge, I'll take this as capital Q. From this charge, they'll be having some radius. So I'll take this as capital R. Okay, at the infinity location from this point charge, okay, they'll be having some positive charge, correct? So the same thing, whatever we have discussed here earlier, the same concept. Now they'll be having some work function here. So this function will be varying from the infinity location, that is your A point, to this point, which is B point. Okay, so here the work function is varying. When it is reaching this point, what will happen? They'll be having some repulsive forces. These repulsive forces will be passing, which is opposite to the work function. This is your repulsive forces. Okay, when these are moving, remember, so here from the positive charge, okay, from the positive charge to the any point. So when it is moving from the infinite location to the any general point, I'll take it as x. Any general point, I'll take it as x. So and this distance is nothing but your r. Now, when I'm moving this positive charge, remember, if you remember any topic in your work and energy, so there is a work formula. W is equal to force into the displacement. If you remember that.
Yes,
You
sir.
remember this from the yes one. So here this force is your static force. That is your fixed force. Okay, that is your fixed force formula. If the force is varying because it is at the infinite location, we don't know what will happen. So here, if the force is your variable force, so that is you are changing. So dW is equal to F into dx because the work function is changing with respect to displacement. I'll take this as x. So there will be having some varying of the work function with respect to the displacement. So it was continuously varying. Okay, it was continuously varying when we are shifting from the infinite location slowly, step by step. So dW is equal to F into dx. Now we'll see the force formula. So when we are varying these, they'll be having some repulsive forces acting on these two charges, which is your capital Q and which is your small q. So the repulsive forces is F is equal to K capital Q small q by x square. So remember, it is your Coulomb's law force equation between the capital Q and the small q. This is your repulsive force. This is your repulsive force. Okay, and when we are discussing the work function, we already seen that work is against your force. So we'll take the relation as dW is equal to F into dx, which is minus opposite to the work function. Correct?
Yes, sir.
We are seeing the definition. Now I'm integrating on both sides. So integral on both sides. When you do the integration, I told you integration, differentiation, both are opposite. So work function is equal to, it is integral minus f into dx. Can I write like this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma. So after this, we are going to substitute the work function here. I'll write step by step.
D is the D will get cancelled, sir.
Which one? Yes, ma. Differentiation, integration, both are opposite directions. Can I give the formulas here itself if you want? Differentiation, integration, can I write it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so remember, so first of all, we'll see the differentiation part. So a few formulas for differentiation, which are useful for our physics. Okay, so differentiation, d by dt of constant. Differentiation of any constant. Remember, differentiation of any constant is 0. Here, if it is 1, 2, 3, 4, if it is any constant, the answer is 0. So differentiation of the same variable. If we are differentiating with the same variable, it will be 1. Differentiation of same variable, it will be 1. So next one is differentiation of any power terms, that is t power n. So the formula is n into t power n minus 1. Differentiation of with respect to like any variable. So it is your variable, it is not constant, x is your variable. So then the relation will be dx by dt. So again, you have to differentiate it. Okay, so these are your few basic formulas for differentiation. Now we'll see the integration. Integration, so integral 1 into dt. I'm integrating constant, that is your 1 with respect to t. So when you're integrating with the same term, that is your t, so the answer is t. Okay, integral t into dt. Okay, integral t into dt, the formula, if it is t power n, integral t power n into dt is t power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Remember this formula. Now, if it is integral t into dt is t power 1 here. So t power 1 plus 1, it is t square by 2. Okay, this is your relations. So both are, if you see that integral 1 into dt is t. So dt is 1. So this one and this one are related. This first one is related. And this is opposite. This is second one, this second one is related. So it is quietly opposite to the differentiation. Here it is multiplication, here it will be division. Here it is minus 1, it is plus 1. The same terms. Clear? So these are basic few formulas we are using in physics. Okay. So when and where we are using the formulas, I'll write here itself. Okay. So just take it down slowly, this one. Now, so now we have done it. So I'm going to erase it. We are going to find the work function with respect to this formula. Okay, I'm going to erase everything now. So I'll save it. I'll delete the relation now. So earlier we have seen the formula F is equal to the repulsive force F is equal to capital Q small q by x square, and the dW is equal to, which is opposite of the force function, minus F into dx. Now I'm going to substitute this force in this relation. So to find the work function, with respect to the work function, we can able to find the potential. So V is equal to W by Q. This is your formula. We are going to find the work function, then only we can able to find the electric potential due to this work function. Now, so this is nothing but W is equal to closed integral. It is minus F into dx. So opposite, so it is minus can be separated. So integral F into dx. So I'm going to substitute the force formula. So minus integral F is nothing but K capital Q small q by x square into dx. So from this relation, minus K capital Q and small q are constants. I can remove that. Capital Q, small q are constant. So integral 1 by x square into dx. So here if you see that, so we are integrating with respect to ax and the x function. So both are same. So it is a variable. So I cannot able to separate it. So for that, I'm going to integrate it. So minus K.
One second, sir.
Yes, ma, yes, ma, yes, ma, please.
So how did the KQQ come out of integration, sir?
This is your constant, I told you, right? When you're integrating with that same function, like x and x, if the both are same functions, then only we have to do the integration for this function alone. Other things are constants.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so we can remove those constant terms. Okay. You are a math, right?
No, sir, psychology.
Oh, okay, I understand now. Okay, right, no issues. So now, so can I write this 1 by x square as x power minus 2? One by x square as x power minus 2?
Yes, sir.
So integral x power minus 2 into dx. I told you earlier a formula. So integral x power n into dx is nothing but x power n plus 1 by n plus 1, correct? So I'll use the same formula. By using the same formula. Okay, so instead of n, it is minus 2. So the relation is minus k, capital Q, small q. So instead of x power minus 2, n plus 2, I have to substitute minus 2. So the relation will be x power minus 2 plus 1 by minus 2 plus 1. Right? So which is equal to, here minus and here minus will get cancelled. So first of all, we'll do it. So minus k, capital Q and small q. So it is x power minus 1 by minus 1. So here minus will get cancelled. So from this relation, I can write it as, this x power minus 1, I can write it as 1 by x. So capital Q, small q by x. So this is your actual work function. This is nothing but your work. Remember this relation. Now we are going to find the potential with respect to the work function. So V is equal to W by test charge. So W is nothing but your K, capital Q, small q by your X. Okay. And remember one more thing. Here we are going to find the, so I'm just erasing the small portion here. So at this portion. Okay. So here when you're substituting the relation, so there are some limits are there actually. So because that limits are nothing but it was varying from one point to other point. So if you see that it is your positive charge and it is your positive charge. So which are traveling from the infinite location. This is your initial point. When you take the integration, there will be having some limits. We call it as limits, which are varying from the initial point to the final point. So the limits are here at the bottom. We have to take the initial point. At the top, we are going to take the final point. Initial point and final point. Initial point and final point. So here initial point is because it's the infinity location. It was at the infinite location. And the final point is on the surface, right? So which is nothing but your radius r. So the final point I'll take it as capital R. The final point I'll take it as capital R. So now I'm integrating it. Now I'm going to apply the limits. So it is your R. When I'm going to apply the limits, I can write this relation as minus k, capital Q, small q. So it is x power minus 1 by minus 1. The limits are infinity to r. So which is equal to minus will get cancelled here. So the relation will be k, capital Q, small q by x. Limits are infinity to r. So I'll write this one here.
Okay, sir.
I'll write this one here. So if you have difficulty, so at the end, just explain. So here. So I'll write the relation here, whatever we have taken here. So W is equal to the same equation I'll write here. So K, capital Q, small q by X. the limits are infinity to R location. So now I'm going to apply the limits. I have to apply the limits at the X position. So the limits applications are like this. So first of all, I have to apply the upper limit, which is
Sir,
L.
infinity should be final, no, sir.
Sorry?
Infinity is final only.
Yes, ma. Infinity is your initial because we are varying from A point to B point, right? So it was starting like this. That is charge, correct?
Okay.
So it is your starting point. So you can mention there itself, it is your starting point, and the radius on the surface is nothing but your ending point, which is a final point. Okay, so infinity location to R. Now I'm going to apply. When you are applying the limits, it should be final minus initial. Okay, in X place I have to substitute R, and in X place I have to substitute minus infinity. So that is 1 by R minus 1 by t. Okay, so you can mention that is as upper limit. Always remember upper limit minus lower limit. Okay, upper limit minus lower limit. I'll write this one here. So when you're doing the integration part, so it will be upper limit minus lower limit. So upper limit minus lower limit. There are so many derivations are there with respect to integrations. If you have any difficulty in the understanding, please let me know. So which is equal to, what is the value of 1 by infinity?
0.
Yes, ma'am. So can we say the work function is nothing but K capital Q small q by R? Right?
Yes.
So with this, V is equal to W by Q. So which is equal to K capital Q small q by R by small q. So small q will get cancelled. So which is equal to K capital Q by R is your potential. It is your V. So this is your final formula. Okay. Just take this. Go it slowly, do it slowly. Just practice these things. If you are writing it, it's fine. Or else you can take the screenshot also. No issues.
Right.
Just remember the question.
Yes, sir.
So here voltage and the radius both are inverse proportion. Just take these relations. Okay. And we are comparing this potential with respect to your electric field. So we know that electric field formula. So electric field E is equal to, so it is K capital Q by R square. So electric field strength, electric field intensity when we are discussing the both. Okay. You remember this one? E is equal to Q by R square.
Yes, sir.
So here, if you see that electric field is inversely proportional, there will be having some inverse square. E is proportional to 1 by R square and V is proportional to 1 by R. We are going to see a graph between these two. Just see the graph. So here, both are inversely proportional. The graph will be parabolic. So the graph will be parabolic like this. Now what I'll do, I'll take the x-axis as your radius. X-axis, I'll take this x-axis as your radius and y-axis as your potential, and as well as y-axis, I'll take your electric field, both cases. Okay, first of all, we'll see the electric field. We'll see the graph for electric field. So the graph for electric field will be varying. So it is your maximum point, and after that, slowly it will decrease. Okay, so this is your graph for parabolic part. So this is your graph for electric field is proportional to 1 by R square. Now, when we are discussing about the potential, the graph will be the same, but it will be like this. So both will cross over at one particular point and it will be decreasing like this slowly. Okay, so this is your graph for your potential. So V is proportional to 1 by R. So this is your graph, parabolic path, both are parabolic. Just remember this one, the graph between electric field and electric potential. Electric field and potential with respect to the radius. Potential versus your radius. Let's take this graph. So it is your x. So we are going to discuss, we are seeing with respect to the axle point. So we are taking on the same axis a point P. So the distance from the center point of the dipole to the point P as x. Now from the B point to the P point, can you say it is x minus L?
Yes,
and
sir.
A point to the P point, it is x plus L. I'll take this point as x plus L. Now, at the P point, we are going to find the potential. Remember, we are going to find the potential. This potential is nothing but, okay, so it is nothing but, I'll take it as VA plus VB. I'll explain why we are taking VA plus VB. So if you see that on this potential, on this potential. So when you're discussing about the A point, P point, remember there are no directions. Here, as we have seen, like electric field, okay, so we are not going to discuss about the electric field line directions here. So we are going to see the potential difference between the 2 points. Now we are going to find the potential difference between the 2 points, which is from the A point to the P point and as well as a B point to the P point. So there are two different potentials are there. So the potential charges are nothing but it is minus Q and it is plus Q. So the potential related issues here. Now here it is nothing but V is equal to VA plus VB. We are going to find the potential at the P point. So I'll take this as V axial. Okay. First we'll see VA point. So VA is equal to so if you see VA point, the potential at the P point and with respect to the A point. So if you see that, so it is the formula for potential is V is equal to K Q by R. The formula for electric potential is nothing but V is equal to K Q by R. Now, let's say the relation. So it is K. Okay, Q is nothing but minus Q. So I have to take the same potential, which is minus or plus. I have to take the same potential minus Q. And the distance between A point to P point is X plus N. So it is X plus N. I'll take this one as first equation. Now we'll see VB. So VB is equal to K. The charge is positive Q by it is X minus L. So it is your second point. Okay. Now we are going to find the potential at P point. At potential at P point, so it is nothing but V axial. V axial is equal to VA plus VB. V axial is equal to VA plus VB. Now what I'll do, I'll substitute the relation here. When I substitute the relation, VA is nothing but it is K, okay, minus Q. So it is minus, so Q by X plus L plus it is positive. So it is K, Q by X minus L. What I'll do, KQ is common in these two relations. I'll separate KQ. When I do the separation, so it is minus 1 by X plus L plus 1 by X minus L. This is your relation. Now, I'm doing the cross multiplication. When you do the cross multiplication, the term will be like this. So it is so minus X. So I'm multiplying minus 1 with X minus L. So I'll do this multiplication, cross multiplication, minus 1 into minus X plus L. Okay, so it is plus X plus L by, it is like A plus B into A minus B. So I'll write it as A square minus B square. So minus X will get cancelled. So L plus L is 2L. So it is K, the relation will be K. The relation will be like this K into Q into the L plus L is nothing but 2L. It is 2L by X square minus L square. So Q into 2L is nothing but your dipole moment. It is K P by X square minus L square. This is your potential at axial point. Remember this, K P by X square minus L square. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Right now, super. So there is a small relation here. There is a small special case. So after ending of this one, so after completion of this one, so there is a small special case. I'll complete that one also. So the special case is, okay, so if X square is much greater than L, we already seen this relation like this. If X is much greater than L, here it is X square. If X square is much greater than L, so what will happen? L can be neglected. So the relation will be V axial is equal to, it is Kp by X square. Remember, it is V axial is equal to Kp by X square. This is your relation. Okay, so till that, just take the points. If you have any difficulty, please ask me there. Right? Oh, yes. Take it.
APO square.
So here equatorial, when we are discussing the same thing. So what are the portion we are discussing here? The same portion will be here. So it is here both right angle triangle. So it is nothing but square root of X square plus L square, correct? So hypotenuse square is equal to opposite side square plus adjacent side square. So it is square root of X square plus C square. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Right now. So here this portion is nothing but your square root of X square plus L square. And if you see that the same hypotenuse will be here itself. So again it is nothing but your square root of X square plus L square. Now we are going to find the potential at the P point. Okay. So to find the potential at the P point, first we are going to find the VA. So VA is equal to K Q by R, the distance R. Here R is nothing but your root of A square plus L square. So it is K Q, but it is negative charge. So it is, I'll take it as minus Q. Okay. So minus K Q by square root of x square plus L square. And VV, so same thing, same distance, but it is positive charge. V KQ by square root of x square plus L square. If you see that, so both are, whether it is positive and it is negative. So when you're taking the relation, so the potential V is equal to, VA plus VB, which is equal, I'm going to substitute the relation here. So minus K Q by square root of x square plus L square and plus K Q by square root of x square plus L square. So if you see that both values are same and it is in minus and it is a plus. Okay, right? So both are cancelled together, then what will happen? It will be 0. So the potential V is equal to 0 for this equatorial. Okay, both will be cancelled, right? So for the electric potential at the equatorial point, V is equal to 0. Any
Yes,
doubt now?
no, sir. Okay.
Right now, just take it out. Okay, third point, third heading. Okay, heading. Electric potential at any general point. Electric potential at any general point due to a dipole. Electric potential at any general point due to a dipole. At any general point due to a dipole. Due to a dipole. Okay. So instead of taking perpendicular or instead of taking the axis, we are taking any general point. Okay. We'll see the case. So I'm taking the dipole. So dipole won't leave you. So we have to remember this dipole relations. So it is minus Q and it is plus Q. So it is A point and it is B point, and here they'll be having some center. Okay, so it is your O. Okay, now so it is nothing but your length L. It is nothing but your length L. On the distance between the A and B is nothing but your 2L. Now we are taking any general point, a general point from the midpoint. Okay, from the center point, we are taking any general angle here. So what I'll do from the center point, I'll take a point P here. So it is faraway distance. So to the faraway distance, I'm taking a point P. So it was making angle theta. So this is your point P here. Okay, I'll take this as your point P. Now here I got the P point. Now I'm going to find the distance from A point to the P point. So the distance between the A point to the P point, I'll take it as R1. I'll take the distance as your R1. I'll take the distance as R1. Now we are going to see the distance from B point to the P point. B point to the P point. So when you take the distance from B point to the B point, so the relation, the distance is, I'll take it as R2. R2, it is R1 and it is R2. And from the center, it is like a resultant, I'll take it as R. So because all are having directions, so it is your vector quantities. Okay, so this is your any general point at the P point at a particular distance. It is a longer distance. I'm taking a P point here. So at this point, we are going to find the potential. At this point, we are going to find the potential. This is your third case under your electric potential type. Now, at this point, if you see that, so V is equal to actual formula is KQ by R. This is your actual formula. Okay, but when you're discussing the potential of the P point, so V is equal to, I'll take it as VA plus VB. So V is equal to, I'll take the relation as VA plus VB. Now, first of all, we'll try to find VA. So to find VA, first of all, to find VA, so VA is equal to, the relation is K, the charge. So it is a minus Q. Okay, so it is K minus Q by the distance. A point to the P point, the distance is nothing but R1. I'll take it as R1. I'll take this one as first equation. Now, second one, VB. VB is equal to K Q by R2. So it is positive. So I'll take this one as second equation. Okay, so it is your first one and it is your second one. We are going to find the potential. Okay, so V is equal to VA plus VB. So V is equal to VA plus VB. So now I'm going to substitute the relation here. Minus K Q by R1 plus K Q by R2. So which is equal to KQ is common. So KQ, when I separate it, it is minus 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So which is equal to this KQ. So when I do the cross multiplication, it is R1 minus R2 by R1 R2. This is your equation 3 for the general point B. Okay, so till this, just note it down. Okay, there are so many relations out there. Okay, so any doubt till this?
No, sir.
Right. So where we have stopped, so we have stopped in this one. So the final relation is B is equal to KQ by R1 minus R2 by R1 R2. This is your relation. But we don't know what is R1 minus R2, what is R1 R2. So we have to check that. And to check that, remember, to check that we have to find the distances and we have to find the relation. Now, I'm going to erase this one. Okay, now we'll see the relation. Now, so what I'll do, so to solve this sum, to solve this term, I'll take a perpendicular point. So இங்க வந்து பார்க்கும்போது A and the P point, it was longer distance and P is far away from this dipole. So for that, what I'll do, I'll take a perpendicular point from R1 to the B point. I'll take a perpendicular point from R1 to B1. This perpendicular point, what I'll do, I'm matching this one. So that means, so I'll match this distance, whatever the point. இது வந்து நான் point வந்து I'll take it as O dash. From the point O dash to P, I'll take this as R2. So R1 and I'm splitting into two things. One from the O dash to P, I'll take it as R2, and A to O dash, I'll take it as R1 minus R2. ரெண்டு நீங்க add பண்ணா what will happen? Again R1 will be there. புரியுதா? I'm taking a perpendicular point from this A to P point, matching the B point, so making a perpendicular. Here it was making angle theta. Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
R1 dash is diameter, no, sir.
R1 by
No, sir. R1.
Yes, I'll erase it. Can I explain again?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Okay.
we took R2, no, sir. From B
Yes.
to P, R2 is the total distance, no, sir.
No, R1 is your total distance. From A to P is R1. I'm splitting into two parts. I'm splitting into two parts by taking a perpendicular point from the O. Okay, so that means A to O is R1 minus R2 and O to P is R2. Okay. A to O, I'll take it as R1 minus R2 and O to P is R2. So even நீங்க என்ன பண்றீங்கன்னா இந்த ரெண்டு ஆட் பண்ணாலும் you'll get the same R1 itself. Okay.
So 1 minute, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Sir, O to Q is R1. From O to P is R2.
Yes.
So R1 is what, sir? From where to where, R1?
That is your R1. See, that R1 is nothing but now on the two parts and I told you two parts. R1 minus R2.
Okay. R1 is R1 is OP.
It is nothing but R1.
Okay, sir.
Yes. So R1, whatever you said, correct? R1 is nothing but AO plus OP.
Okay, sir.
Okay, because it is a longer distance, I split it into two parts by making a perpendicular line to it. Okay.
Yes, sir. One side, note this.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right. So can I continue?
Yes, sir.
Right now. So we'll continue from this. So if you see that, see the point here, so the triangle OB and P, right? It is like a equilateral triangle, correct? So OBP, it is like equilateral triangle, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right? So that means both the distances are same. Can we say the potential B is equal to 0 at this point for this equilateral, this portion alone? Because both distances are same.
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay. So we are not going to consider this one because the distance is same. Now what I'll do, I'll take this triangle. So which is your right angle triangle. I'll take this triangle. So which is O, A and B. The triangle O, A and B. So here it was making angle theta. Now the triangle OAB. So this is your point. Okay. So the triangle, it is your O point. Okay. And it is your B point and it is your A point. So I have redrawn like this. Can I imagine this one? இங்கே வந்து நான் just வந்து நான் tilt பண்ணிட்டேன் இந்த direction. So it is A to O, it is R1 minus R2, right?
So 1 minute, sir.
Yeah, okay.
So you only took half the triangle.
Sorry?
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
Hmm?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Yeah, okay. Because if you see that I have taken the perpendicular point O to B, I don't know the distances. I don't know anything about that. Okay.
No, but R1 minus R2 is hypotenuse only, no, sir.
No. See, AB is longer distance compared to AO. Just check it.
Okay. Oh, okay, okay.
Okay. Maybe in the picture, but actual the thing was AB is the longer distance here. So if you see that AB is nothing but the total distance is nothing but your 2L, right? Like a dipole, right?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
so if you see that I don't know the opposite side, I'm not going to consider this opposite side. So instead of taking opposite side, I'll take cos theta. So can you say cos theta is nothing but your adjacent by hypotenuse is R1 minus R2 by 2L, correct? Right?
Yes, sir.
Now, one more thing. Now, if you see that the distance is R and R, so the distance is which is in your denominator R1 or R2. So I'll take this R1 and R2, both are in vector quantities. So I'll take the result is R itself, like R square. Because both are distances, I'll take it as R square.
Why should we multiply R1, R2?
Because here, the earlier relation, whatever we have seen in the earlier case, the formula is V is equal to, see that it is K Q into R1 minus R2 by R1 R2, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? So I'll consider this R1 R2, the resultant is your R. Okay, for this R1 R2, both are in vector quantities, I'll take the resultant as R itself. Okay, I'll consider this R1 R2 as R itself. Okay, which is R square from this case, which is your resultant between these two, correct? This is your resultant between these two. I'll take this resultant R here. Okay,
Okay, sir.
discussing about that one, I'll substitute here this one and this one. So I'll take this one as first equation, I'll take this one as second equation. I'm going to substitute here. When I'm substituting, so V is equal to, so this R1 minus R2, can I substitute as 2L cos theta? Can I say it is 2L cos theta? R1 minus R2, so R1 minus R2 is equal to, I'll write it as 2L cos theta. So because 2L will be cross multiplied here, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. So I'll substitute here. I'll write in different colors so it can be understood. So V is equal to, so it is a KQ. So V is equal to, it is KQ. R1 minus R2 is nothing but 2L cos theta by the distance is R square, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, K into 2L is nothing but your dipole moment, which is equal to KP cos theta by R square. Right?
Yes, sir.
Right one. So this is your relation. Now I'll see a small a special case. After that, we'll close this. So here the special case, if theta is equal to 0, if theta is equal to 0, that means this angle theta is 0. That means the dipole and the P point both are in the same axis. If theta is equal to 0, what will happen to the formula?
Yes, sir.
What will happen?
Zero only, sir. V is
Cos
zero.
0, cos 0 is 1. Cos
Oh,
0
yeah.
is equal to 1. Now, then when cos 0 is equal to 1, the V is equal to Kp by R square. This is nothing but your formula for axial point, correct? When theta is equal to 0, the relation will be your axial point. Now, second case, if theta is equal to 90 degrees, what is cos 90?
One. Zero,
2.
zero.
Yes. So it is nothing but your equatorial. So this special case, okay, this special relation is any general point, whether it is 90 degrees, 0 degrees, or 180 degrees. When it is 180 degrees, third case, if theta is equal to 180 degrees, cos 180 is minus 1. Remember this one? Cos 180 is minus 1. When cos 180 is minus 1, so the relation is V is equal to minus Kp by R square. Okay, so these are the special cases. Right? Just take it down these things. So நீங்க நோட் பண்ணிட்டே இருங்க. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Noted, sir.
Okay, right. So we'll stop here.